All right, welcome back to part 2, everybody. Just a short apology, my camera seems to be overheating or something as well. So pardon me, you're not going to be seeing my picture very much over here, but you will be hearing my voice. Once again, those speaking, I have muted everybody. Please, when it's your turn to speak, please just unmute yourself and we'll take it over from there. It's been a brilliant session so far. Thanks, Jenny Holiday, for putting it all together for us. Okay, now we're going to learn a little bit. These are slightly more technical bits now, the second part. And because this is a people business, our business does not work without people. And obviously, with people, we need to be able to talk to them. So we've got another expert who is going to tell us all about the importance of communication and building relationships. Linda Foster, please take it away.
Hello, everybody. Am I audible? Can you hear me?
We can hear you. Go for it.
Okay, fine. Thanks. Okay, these two aspects, communication and relationships in our business, actually go hand in hand and are vital for successful business. We are a team and we communicate important information to be able to run our business, and lack of communication causes failure. So we have an obligation towards our team members to inform them of the important team events, of business information, product information, and all that New Life distributors need to know that impact their businesses. Communication is definitely a lifeline in our business. These days, we have chat groups where we can share information to many people at once, but then there are team members who are not on the chat groups for their own specific reasons. As team leaders, we have to forward important information as it applies to specific team members, as not everybody in the team is on the same platform of interest and activity. And we should, of course, know the needs and interests of our team members, what they want to see and what they want to listen to. We don't want to be in their face for things that we know that they're not interested in. There are lots of bits and pieces and some bigger pieces to share. Our chats are very busy, and it takes time and effort to pass on to those who are not on the chats. But that is part of our work, and we just have to do that. And then we have our own information that we want to share, our own help, our tips, business and product education that we want to share with our team and customers via WhatsApp or email, or both. They will know that they are not left in the dark, and we know that they really need the information to build their business and to know the benefits of the products and how they can help their downlines and customers with their specific needs, and of course for themselves. Communication, of course, includes sharing the teaching videos from Sean and from New Life and from Jenny and all the people that share all this wonderful information with us that we need. We know who would appreciate them, or we ask team members and customers whether they would wish to listen to specific ones. The same goes for our ADT and other Zooms. Does anybody in the team know how to log on into the website? Do they have their login details? Do they know about PEP deliveries and how to go about that method? Etc., etc., etc. There is so much information that they need. And we don't want them to ask one day, how do you do something? And 3 years ago, we already should have shown them. And then we also communicate through courtesy contacts, of course. If we have a big team, it is good to have a record about who we have contacted to say hi and how's it, especially to those people who are not really active. But never forget your active and more independent team members. They need your contact and your courtesy calls and chatting to them very much. It's always appreciated by them, and they know that you care and that you haven't forgotten about them. Even if we have prospects that are in the pipeline, sometimes for years, give them a call and find out how life is. Do not talk about business, just be kind. Some of those people have even joined the business without having me talked about the business, mentioning it. They just remembered us, and they remember that we are kind and that we are friendly and haven't forgotten them. And then generally all the above things that I've mentioned apply to our customers to a more or lesser degree. And then just a little bit on the relationships. It is often said that good relationships is the glue that keep a business together. To care and to show care to your team and customers and go the extra mile for them when needed is much appreciated. It is very important that our team and customers and prospects do not feel that they are only important because of we make money from them. And that is a very important point that I really believe in. Doing all we can to help with health questions from team members and customers and also potential customers, other people that have heard about our products, and to help them with research about difficult health issues, which often happens, will be much appreciated. And it shows that we really want to help. If we go that extra mile and put in the time and effort, chatting about their diets also and sharing some tips on that will also show it is not only about selling supplements, but really about helping them to be healthy and to look at a holistic approach. And often there is no financial gain or additional PV after a lot of hard work and time invested. But that is what eventually results in being trusted and seen as a friend and somebody to rely on. Excellent service to customers will trust. They will not easily change to other distributors. True and often lifelong friendships grow from how we deal with our team members and our customers. We are not sellers. We share and we care, and we will be known for that. The aspects that I referred to when speaking about communication, of course, also strengthen good relationships. We must make sure we have the birthdays of our team members and even of customers on our calendars and congratulate those people. Some information about their children and their achievements is good. We can refer to them and inquire how it's going. And then in closing, at the end, we are one big family with our team, with our upline and the Eagle team members. The whole Eagle team family, we are all family. Thank you very much.
Thanks, Linda. Yes, such an important thing to remember that we are family. We are all together in this business, and building those relationships is so vital to just the whole core behind the business, because we are a company, or we are independent distributors for a company that cares what they put into the products, cares how they look after us, cares about distribution, and just cares about us in general. And we need to show and share that care with everyone around us. Right, now I'm going to introduce me again. Jenny's asked me to talk on a health subject this afternoon, and I thought, being February, traditionally our Valentine's month, and what do you associate Valentine with? But your heart, which we can literally not live without. So just a couple of basic things that I'm going to talk about this afternoon is just heart health in general. So let me share my screen over here and lose a few pictures where they shouldn't be. And I find that doing a PowerPoint helps me to keep on track and keep me on time as well. So moving to the heartbeat. Did you know your heart first starts to beat around 5.5 to 6 weeks after gestation and continues until the day we die? So essentially, it's one of the first muscles to get going way when we're still just a little pea size. Your heart is approximately the size of your two hands clasped together. The heart does more physical work than any other muscle in the body. The average heart pumps about 7,500 liters of blood per day. In a 70-year lifespan, An average heart beats more than 2.5 billion times. I'm not too sure who counted that. Your heart health and cardiovascular health needs to be a priority because a hearty health is central to overall good health. The heart may be the powerhouse behind circulation, but blood vessels are just as important in the cardiovascular system. Think of the heart as a water pump and your blood vessels as the pipes that bring water to taps. Down here on the south coast, that might not be the best example to be using, but that's exactly how it works. If there's a blockage in the pipe, then water isn't going to come out of the taps, even if the water pump is operational. Both parts need to be working properly in order for the system to successfully deliver water to all the taps. Similarly, the heart's efforts are in vain if blood can't flow freely through blood vessels. Remember, every time that your pulse beats, if you put your fingers on your wrist, you'll be able to feel your pulse beating. Every time that that pulse beats, the blood has to circulate around the entire body. If there's a blockage in the form of a clot or a pinch or something, there's going to be a problem. Imagine what happens if there's a blockage in your pipe or your drain. It becomes a bit messy. So we need to make sure that everything is flowing cleanly and smoothly. Some rather disheartening numbers. Cardiovascular disease, or CVDs, are a group of disorders affecting the heart and blood vessels. Arteriosclerosis plaques are the main cause of the most common kinds of CVD. And these are coronary heart disease, where the heart's blood supply is insufficient or blocked. Cerebrovascular disease, where the brain's blood supply is insufficient or blocked. And peripheral artery disease, where the arms and legs have an insufficient or blocked blood flow. Cases of CVDs have grown immensely worldwide, almost doubling from 271 million cases in 1990 to 523 million cases in 2019. I don't even want to know what those figures are now in 2023. According to the World Health Organization, CVDs are the #1 cause of death globally, accounting for an estimated 17.9 million deaths in 2019 alone. That's an astonishing 32% of all global deaths. So over and above cancer and wars and accidents and all those things, 32% of people, almost a third of people in the world, will die because of a heart condition. 85% of these deaths were due to heart attacks and strokes. And they could have been prevented. Now, the WHO, the World Health Organization, states that most cardiovascular diseases can be prevented by addressing behavioral risk factors. For adults, the WHO recommends at least 150 minutes a week. That's just 30 minutes a day of moderate intensity aerobic exercise and muscle strengthening exercises at least 2 days a week. So if you go for a bit of a walk, slight exertion on your walk around the block, around the mall, down at the beach, wherever, for just 30 minutes a day, and pick up a few shopping bags, maybe get some weights if you're not going shopping, lifting them up 2 days a week, you're well on your way to getting a healthy heart. For children and adolescents, in other words, 5 to 17 years of age, the recommendation is 60 minutes of moderate aerobic exercise per day and muscle strengthening exercises at least 3 times a week. Let your children be children. Let them go outside and play. Climb jungle gyms, climb trees, ride bicycles, swim, whatever. Just move. Obviously, it goes without saying, no smoking, unless, of course, you're on fire. Eat healthy. As part of a healthy diet, the WHO and various heart associations recommend consuming a wide variety of fruit and vegetables, whole grains, and healthy proteins, such as legumes, seafood, and lean meats like chicken, while limiting the intake of salt, added sugars, and saturated and trans fats. Remember, nature knows best. Don't add all the extra bits, because nature knows how much we actually need. And don't stress. Feeling stressed is bad enough on its own, but it turns out that chronic stress is also strongly associated with the development of arteriosclerosis. And we know that we live in a stressful world these days. Look for ways to de-stress. What do we need to do? The heart associations recommend that all adults eat at least 2 servings of preferably fatty fish a week. And if you can't eat that amount of fish, you need to supplement with a good omega-3 supplement. Another thing is coenzyme Q10 or CoQ10, which is an antioxidant that plays a key role in cellular energy production to produce ATP, which is the body's primary energy source. Maybe we need to give Eskom a little bit of CoQ10 so that they can regenerate our primary energy source. Garlic has been used for medicinal purposes for thousands of years, and it is associated with reduced cholesterol levels, blood pressure, and heart disease risk. And these are just some examples of what we use. And this, I can say with all honesty, is things that I use personally. Our salmon oil, CoQ10, and our garlic. Because a lot of people don't like to eat garlic because of the nasty smell. Well, if you can't tolerate the smell of garlic, take it in a tablet form, but take it in a concentrated, well-produced and developed tablet form. In conclusion, your heart works hard, beating every minute of every day. It even beats when you're asleep. So in other words, it is the one muscle in your body that never, ever rests. Because when it does, you will be resting permanently. It pumps blood through tens of thousands of kilometers of blood vessels in order to deliver oxygen and nutrients throughout the body. Through CVDs, although CVDs are the world's leading cause of death, there are things that you can do to reduce your risk. Living a healthy lifestyle that incorporates a balanced diet, physical exercise, limited alcohol, and zero tobacco smoke is a great way to protect your heart and cardiovascular system. And if you're not too sure how to do that, please reach out to whoever invited you to look at this particular presentation. Hire a coach. Let somebody help you on your journey to becoming a better, healthier you. Hopefully that helps somebody with some vital information and will improve their life and lifestyle to keep them with us many, many years to come. Right, so enough of the morbid stuff. Now we've got to get on to the fun stuff. As we said in the beginning, this is a business. But unlike a job, where people don't recognize you unless you do something that you probably shouldn't have done, or that you forgot to do because you're so busy doing other things, we like to recognize every little bit of success in this business, because every day we are succeeding. And we just sometimes need those cheerleaders to cheer us on. And our best cheerleader is here, because this is her favorite part, and that's Debbie Cunningham, our team leader. Debbie, take it away.
Hi, everybody. Yeah, it is my favorite part. You're right, Sean. I love it. I'm going to just go through what is here just quickly, because there's quite a few people who have qualified but aren't on the Zoom. So we'll just cover them. So first is personally sponsored. It's always good to personally sponsor. And our star of the month that sponsored someone this month, or some people this month, is Jenny Potter. Well done, Jenny. And then 3 and 30s. That's 3 people in 30 days. So yeah, let that be a challenge. We don't want you to do 3 and 30 every day for the next, every month for the next 12 months. Just 3 and 30, and then help your people under you to also get their 3 and 30s. New distributors. We haven't got any new distributors, but a new distributor now is with, there's no such thing as manager pin anymore. You know that, the 250 fast track and senior manager fast track 500, there's no such thing anymore. So you don't have to worry about that. And then I'm going to go on to recognition. Qualified senior manager, she's not on here, but I think she needs to, maybe Jenny Potter can just relate to her. Is Amanda Bester. She's doing very, very well. And she's been consistently qualified senior manager, which is very good, fantastic. Well done, Amanda. Then
And she's signing somebody up.
Yes, yeah, she's doing very well. She's doing very well. Well done, Jenny. I'm going to just quickly share what happened there. She's been in the business for a while, and eventually Jenny went up there just to do a table for her at a marketplace. And after about 2 years, I think, Jenny, that's right, suddenly she saw the light. So don't give up on your people. Just keep in touch. Help them as much as you can. Whenever they ask for help, help. Qualified directors, Sean and Dina. Well done, Sean. Nice bonus this month, Sean. Well done. Fantastic. And then Linda V, our Emerald Director. Well done, Linda. Fantastic. Then I'm going to go on to 500 Club. And our 500 Club who gets, now this is an Eagle Team incentive. An Eagle Team incentive. So if you get 500 Club, by yourself with 500 PV, you will get 70 Rand. Whereas if you have it with your team, you'll get 50 Rand. And on the chat today is Barry and Liz Keen, 70 Rand. Well done. They got their 500 plus. So that's fantastic. I think we can all try and get 500 plus. It's a good aim. And then Sean and Linda each get 100 Rand because they got qualified directors. Now with the this 500 Club incentive, you need to be on this chat, otherwise you forfeit it. That's how it was originally done, but I think we all tend to be a little bit soft, and we at 500, they get their 500, we do give it to them. So yeah, thank you. Now I'll hand over to Cesar for your recognition. Cesar, I don't see anybody for here that's for you. I don't know who Naf is, but hi Naf.
Okay. I just want to start by recognizing somebody on this chat, Naf's iPhone, all the way from Cape Town. Well done on having logged on. Everybody else seems to be too busy, so I won't say very much, but I'm here and I am building a new team, and I'm building a new team in earnest because, you know, a point comes when you realize that you can't make people do anything, right? People have to take ownership of the business. So in starting a new team, I've decided just to go flat out. So this month I signed up 4 people, 1 in Cape Town, 3 in Durban area, but the 3 in Durban have done over 100 points as they started. So I guess I qualified to get a 3 in 30 star, and I'm going to get my 10 PV worth of complimentary product. But now I need to work with the team. I'm working with those that started in November. Remember, I took off to Joburg to start something new in November. So it looks like I'm going to do every other month a spurt of activity, if I can put it in, and then work with the people. The ones in Joburg are learning, but obviously you won't see them here until I make a plan for them to appear. I've had them registered with the Eagle team, which is good. And yeah, we take a step at a time. But ultimately, team, I just want to thank you all very much for having me join you every single month for the past many years. It's just, I feel at home with the Ospreys because we are all eagles. Thank you.
Excellent. Is this Debbie, or is anybody else?
No, that's it,
Yeah.
Sean.
All right, perfect. Well, there ends another successful ADT. Thanks everybody for joining us. And we never finish these sessions without going out on a high positive note. And to do that is another very good cheerleader of ours, and that is Vic Bender. If you can close on a positive high for us, please.
Yeah, thanks, Sean. Thank you again for letting me join you folks. You know, I'm also not an Osprey, but I appreciate the chance to have a chat. We talk about motivation. Quite honestly, what I've been reading about motivation now, the only real motivation that works is what you do yourself. If you listen to all these motivational talks, you listen to talk from all these fancy people, it gets you all excited. But the excitement is a feeling, and that feeling is what motivates you. So the only real way to motivate yourself is to actually get that excitement yourself. Nothing happens unless you take action, unless you actually do it yourself. So that's the bottom line in terms of motivation. But I've been reading a lot of books lately on various laws. You know, anybody who knows me knows that I don't do rules too well. And it's one of the reasons we want to move, and I can't move to a complex because there's too many rules. But there are certain rules which I do have to adhere to. Standard life rules, rules of nature, rules from the Bible. There are rules or laws which we have to comply to. I'll give an example of the law of gravity, different laws. If you jump out of the window of a fourth-story building, you don't disprove the law of gravity. You prove it very graphically. So it's like that. The law of sowing and reaping. Everybody knows that law of sowing and reaping. Our business sort of thrives on it. You sow now and reap down the line. I'm not going to go into that one. There's another law. If you look at books like The Secret and Think and Grow Rich and all these different laws, but there's one called the law of reciprocity, which in the Bible says basically what you hand out, what you give out, comes back to you, tapped down, painted, and doubled up, and all that good stuff. I don't know the exact wording of it, but it's called the law of reciprocity. Now, I want to give a story before I actually tie into our business. Dawn and I, now and then, get a chance to go and eat out. And there are one or two restaurants which are our favorites because they allow us to have our dog there. And everybody knows that I'm a dog lover, and I've got my little Maggie who runs around with us. There's a restaurant out in the Cotswold area where your dog can sit with you, and there's a little dam next to it. And we actually go there fairly often because of the fact that we can take our dogs. We went there one evening actually for supper, and the place was almost empty. There were two young guys there that probably were about 20, 25, thereabouts. And of course, whenever I go out, I'm hunting. I'm looking for people. It's as simple as that. I mean, if you're in this business, that's what you do. So these two young guys saw me I throw Maggie's stick in the water in this little dam there, and she goes and finds it in the dark and brings it back every time. And eventually they joined us, and they were so fascinated by Maggie being able to find the stick in the dark that we started talking, which is what I wanted. And I noticed these two guys were both very well-built guys, obviously gym guys. So I know a bit about that type of thing. I make a point of knowing about things like that. So we spoke about gym a while, and we spoke about nutrition, and we spoke about all sorts of generally things. And then our food arrived. So they said to me, look, you better go and eat your food before it gets cold. They had taken my number, but I hadn't yet got their number. But anyhow, Dawn and I ate. And after we finished our meal, Dawn went in to pay. And when she got to the counter, the manager said, what do you want? So Dawn said, well, we've just had supper. We obviously have to pay. So his comment was, well, because you eat here so often, we've decided to give it to you for nothing. I mean, and Dawn was obviously shocked. She said, this doesn't happen. This is, since when is this? So he laughed. He said, no. He says, those two young people you were talking to outside there, they paid your bill. They paid your bill totally. That was about 270 odd rand, I think it was at the time. And these unknown guys just paid our bill. And we were obviously feeling very blessed, but we were discussing it later on and thinking, like, where does that sort of blessing come from? And we remembered that probably about, I don't know, a month or two before that, one of our friends had gotten into financial trouble, and we just heard that he was battling. We went around there and he had nothing. So we went out and we bought a sort of package for him. We put together a lot of food, which would survive him over a period of time till he came right. And we gave him that, not expecting anything back, but just to keep him alive, basically. Now, my question is, was this the result of that giving out that we got this back or not? I would say it was. So this law of reciprocity works if you give things out without expecting anything back. Don't go out and say, well, I'll give you this and you give me that sort of thing. But when it comes into our business, and when it affects our business, is that right now, out there are many, many people that are struggling financially, health-wise. Maybe they're just lonely. Maybe they're just depressed, got nowhere to go. And we, as Eagle Team members, should be out there giving to those people, giving of ourselves. Necessarily doesn't have to be money, but give of your time. Offer them the opportunity. Give them the opportunity which was given to you. In other words, we should be out there looking for these people that are in this situation and actually helping them right. Because by doing that, maybe this law of reciprocity does work. So possibly you giving yourself out to these folks, it'll come back to you. Come back to you in terms of a team member or something along those lines. So yeah. Basically that's what I've got to say, is that get out there. You've been told through everyone who spoke before me, that's what you've got to do. So just get out there, give of yourself, give your time to people, and you'll be amazed when you see this law in work. It'll work for you. Thanks, Sean. That's my lot. Okay. Cheers.
Thanks, Vic. Thanks, everybody. It's been great. Thank you, Jenny Holiday, for putting everything together. Thank you to all the speakers. It's been a great meeting. And, well, February's ahead of us. Go out, make a difference. We can change the world one relationship at a time. Exactly. Just go and do it. Don't look at the theory anymore. Just put it into practice. Thanks, everybody. Have a great week.
Love you all. Well done, guys.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.